One Great Falls woman is still amazed she was able to escape an apartment fire earlier this week, a feat that wouldn't have been possible if not for the heroism of her next-door neighbor. MTN's Lindsay Hyatt met up with the tenant and her real-life hero.
You see them day to day and pass them in the hall, but rarely do you rely on your neighbor to risk it all.
I call him my hero. I've told everybody that, all my neighbors, he's a hero.
74-year-old Helen Carlisle was at home in bed when her apartment building caught fire.
I was in bed sound asleep, and I must have been laying on my good ear because I never heard the fire alarm.
Her neighbor Kyle Ramone did.
I took a breath to decompress, and then I was like, oh my God, Helen.
And in minutes, he was knocking down her window with theatrical flair.
I see him coming through my window, feet first, and all I can think of is just like Chuck Norris.
He was able to help her escape through that same window.
He got in and put the chair over under the window so I could climb up on it.
But she still thinks about what could have happened if he wasn't there to save her.
I would have slept through it. I would have slept right, I would have died.
For Kyle, saving Helen wasn't even a question.
It was the only thing on my mind at that point was like, where's Helen? She's the most helpful neighbor. She's done so much for me. Like we didn't have laundry money when we moved in here at one point. She borrowed us that, and then I got a really good job, and I got a promotion, and got her back, and we always just look out for each other.
Because a neighbor in need is a neighbor indeed.
It's the first time in my life I've ever been, literally had my life saved by other people. And it really lets you know that people still care.
In Great Falls, Lindsay Hyatt, MTN News.
Now, Great Falls Fire Rescue did say that fire was accidental due to overheated oil on a stove. Of the 4 residents that were sent to the hospital, 3 have now been released, but 1 is still in critical condition.